Mr. Hotspot and the Hotspot, yes, Minister of Transformation. Mr. Hotspot, you in the hotspot. I must extend my hand, say congratulations on your mission to clean up this island. But I made an observation, you only clean in one section. Like your operation mode is to just clean by the road, and this we can't afford, cause if you clean across the board. So all them men and the elements who trying to derail the government, clean them up fast and they don't let the time pass and they, cause if you ever make that mistake, it's one time again all you're going to make. Clean them up fast and they don't let the time pass and they, you could bring him up, you could bring him through, but don't forget you have to vacuum. Just clean them up fast and they don't let the time pass and they, it has some PS in ministry and pick appointed by an MP. Then you have to monitor, are they on board with the agenda? Well, if not, tell them to pack. Your first obligation is to this rock.
Yes, indeed. I want to welcome you to this very important segment in the program where we lay a foundation for meaningful engagement. And I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. When you do, you give your friends, your colleagues the opportunity to be a part of the audience. So at this point, I want to start off by sharing the good news. That is what we need to do. Share the good news. So in Carriacou, something big happened. All right? In Carriacou, something big happened up there. And I think you need to know we had only recently a doctor who actually donated, right? Donated a let me look and see here. No, it doesn't seem as though I have that video. All right, I was looking for that video there, but it's not showing up. All right, it's not showing up. Maybe I'll do it in audio format for you, so you just have to listen to what the Honorable Tevin Andrews has to say. Let me just do it in audio.
Dr. Hostin, community health nurse, nurses at the Hillsborough
If you're not hearing, let me know.
Health Center. Pleasant good afternoon. Today is a clear indication of the importance of the diaspora and the role in which they play. And I'm very happy to receive, on behalf of the Government of Grenada, from charitable persons within the diaspora, one autoclave, and of course, a box of gauze, which will be of great use to the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and of course, a timely gesture. We really do appreciate it, and I want to use this opportunity on behalf of the Government of Grenada, the Minister for Health, the Ministry of Health, and of course, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique Affairs, and on my own behalf as the parliamentary representative, to thank this partnership and to encourage other Grenadians, Carriacouans and Petit Martinicans, home and abroad, to follow the footstep in these charitable persons who have stepped forward to assist in this gesture. So on record, thank you. And of course, on behalf of these people, doctor, nurses, we hand over this much needed gifts, donations to you. And of course, we hope that it's put into good use. We know that all donations and equipment that are given to you are usually put in good use. And of course, it all goes well in assisting us in improving the level of healthcare services on the island of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. So thank you.
Right, so that was the Honorable Tevin Andrews. Carriacou, the hospital there was gifted, right? They got a really good donation from Dr. Let me get at the information there, because it's so important to share that with you, because many a times, we underestimate the role the diaspora plays in the development of our country. All right, so that came from Dr. Janelle Harford, right? And Kitwana Abram. They donated this autoclave. You know, it's a machine that uses steam under pressure to kill harmful bacteria, viruses, fungi, and spores on items that are placed uh, inside a pressure vessel. All right. So it's so important for Carriacou because not having that there is really a problem. So let us hear from the nurse now receiving the gift. And
On behalf of the people.
and sorry for not being able to show the video. I actually have the video, but because of the format it is in, and I know Deanna Isaac will do a piece on it. But this morning I was really moved by that, and I asked her to send me the audio. She sent the video and so on too, but the format I can't upload it on my streaming platform as yet. But when she does the actual piece on it, I will feature it. But I just wanted to feature it this morning because I think Carriacou is getting a fair share and even more with the representation from the Honorable Tevin Andrews. I mean, he's going above and beyond to get stuff for the people of Carriacou and PT Martinique.
People of Carriacou, Hillsborough Health Center, the staff especially. I would like to say thank you, pass on our gratitude to our sponsor of this important piece of equipment. It's very important because since we came back to Hillsborough Health Center, almost 2 years, we've been out of autoclave. We have to send those instruments to Leicester Medical Station or sometimes hospital, especially on long weekends, to have it autoclave because we have to have it sterile in order to do wound care. It's very important for wound care to sterilize the instrument. So I know that the nursing assistants and those who are directly involved in wound care, it would be of great relief for them because you have to send the instrument, get the transport to send it, and wait for them to sterilize it to send it back. So we are grateful for this instrument, piece of equipment, and we're going to put it in use as soon as possible. So thank you, Minister. Thank you, Priaro, and our media people. Thank you very much. And we also have Dr. Houston with us, our surgeon. He's the first time to Carriacou, his first clinic for the year. And we are grateful. And since he's a surgeon, he's been asking, and he say Hillsborough should have our sterilizer going. So it's appropriate, and here it is. Thank you very much.
Right. So so it's placed in Hillsborough, right? It's placed in the Hillsborough Smart Healthcare Center. And you know Hillsborough is the tongue. So that is really good. It's commendable. I want to applaud the Honorable Tevin Andrews. Again, he's going the extra mile to bring the services to the islands of Carriacou and PT Martinique. And he's genuine about the development of the two islands there. Because you see, as I was saying to a friend yesterday, and she's from Carriacou, I was saying to her, and she agreed, Tevin has the ordinary touch. He grew up in that kind of environment, and he knows what the people need and what they're going through. So he's working to remedy those problems and fix it to get some result for them. And he's doing an excellent job. We need to accept that he's doing an excellent job. Not only Tevin, but the Honorable Andy Williams. The NDC administration has prioritized agriculture. And some people don't understand the kind of injection, the kind of money that the government is pumping into agriculture in this country. The Honorable Adrian Persuader Thomas, he's doing an excellent job as Minister of Agriculture. He's working extremely hard. 10 million US is now going to the farmers. 10 million US, that's about 27 million EC going directly to the farmers of Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique.
The Minister of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation is working closely with the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives to ensure that US 10 million food safety enhancement project is implemented in a timely manner. The project is funded under the World Bank program Unleashing the Blue Economy of the Caribbean. On Friday, various stakeholders met to chart the way forward for the project. The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives is Mr. Aaron Francois.
The project is already activated. By that, I mean we have started. We have been given the approval to start the implementation of the project. And so this morning we are meeting at a high-level meeting in terms of making sure that we are ready for implementation. In other words, the process has started, but we are approaching it from a whole of government approach. So we have several ministries, the Ministry of Agriculture and its technicians. We have the procurement unit from the Ministry of Finance who will be overseeing the procurement for the project. We have persons from the Ministry of MIT, which is of course overseeing the implementation of major projects for the government. And we also have persons from the Ministry of Legal Affairs. We have a representative from the Ministry of Legal Affairs and from Economic Development. So the idea is to bring all the major players, given the urgency and the tight time frame that we have to implement that project, to make sure that everybody understands what each one has to do so that we can expedite the implementation of the project.
Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Honorable Andy Williams, spoke about his ministry's involvement and beneficiaries of the project.
What we are doing from MIT standpoint is we are collaborating with the Ministry of Agriculture and other ministries to ensure that this project is implemented in the 12 months window. We have 10 months remaining, and we want to ensure that this project is implemented in that time. And again, this project will be a game changer for the agriculture sector, and farmers and agri-processors will see tremendous benefit from this project. It involves livestock, it involves feeding capacity, it involves funding for agri-processors, and it's funding projects for farming in general. But the bigger picture of this project is to really reduce food prices for us in Grenada. And this project is not only a project for Grenada, but it's a project for other OCS islands or countries in the Caribbean.
Minister Williams said after this meeting, the hope is that from Monday they can get the ball rolling.
Today we are going to set timelines, and when we set the timelines, from Monday we will be running. And running means that we are going to ensure that the timelines are met, that we have procurement also in this meeting, and procurement is a very important function that will enable this project to really be implemented smoothly. So we have procurement here, and procurement is leading the way in this meeting now to tell us exactly the timelines. And once we get the timelines, it's a matter of sticking to the timelines and ensuring that we meet those deadlines. And that is the intention. So we are very confident that this will go smoothly.
Right. So again, thank you very much, the Honorable Andy Williams. And I want to commend the public relation officers for the two ministers, right, in the Ministry of Carriacou and PT Martinique Affairs, Diana Isaac. Well, I know her very well. She's a very dedicated worker, hard worker, and she's smart because we see quite frequently the showcasing of nearly everything that the minister does and what that ministry does in Carriacou. So she's doing an excellent job. I want to commend her. And the person who is behind Andy's PR and shaping that, this must be commended. You're doing an excellent job, and that is what we want. The showcasing of, the promoting of the things that the different ministers are doing. I see the Honorable Dennis Conwell. He's getting a good, his presence on social media is improving. I'm noting that, I'm observing that. This is great. What we know about Ron Redhead, he's doing an excellent job with his PR and so on. They're trying. Our beloved Prime Minister, same thing. So we want to see more and more of that as we move along, right? The showcasing of what they're doing, because the ministers, they're doing a lot of work, plenty work, because politics is perception, and that I know. So showcasing what they're doing is very important, because there are people who are not actually at the site or in that village or in that community to really experience the thing. So bringing it out to the world and to the people here at home and in the diaspora is important that you do that. So I really want to applaud that, and we want to see more of that as we move along. All right, good. Junior George. All right.
Hello, this is Ramji, wandering the streets of St. George's, Grenada, looking for party. Psst.
Hey, you.
Huh? Who, me?
Yeah, you. Come here.
What?
You want a party?
Yeah.
All right, then. Shut up and listen to this.
Anyone love me and look for you? Grenada, get ready for the International Celebrity Cruise Grenada Carnival Edition. Sold out in New York and around the world. And it's back in Grenada. And this year it's so large, so grand, so magnificent. Get ready for the International Celebrity Day Cruise featuring Brother B.
But wait. That's not all. There's more. Also featuring and performing live, Dave.
Get ready for the International Celebrity Day Cruise and featuring direct from Trinidad.
Iowa, George.
Time to celebrate.
Plus many more surprise and international guests to be announced.
The largest celebrity cruise ever.
It's the Riders Promotion and Amazing Colors Celebrity Cruise, the sexy edition. Sunday, August 13th, boarding time 10 a.m. sharp aboard the Embassy.
It's the Celebrity Cruise Grenada Carnival Edition.
Now remember, that's Sunday, August 13th, boarding at 10 a.m. sharp. Tickets available right now at the Amazing Colors Mass Camp or call 473-415-6174. Or at celebritycruise.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets now. This one comes to your compliments, Ride Along Live and Clark Scott Run.
The Celebrity Cruise, the ultimate out-of-body experience.
Right. So again, support this cruise. Support this cruise, the Celebrity Cruise on the Embassy. That's that luxurious boat. So again, support the cruise, support that cruise. All right, folks. Yesterday morning, Oliver Joseph was on the To The Point program. And I mean, the usual Oliver Joseph, talking nonsense, right? Trying to paint the government bad and trying to paint the NNP when they were in power good. And I had a lot of laugh while listening to him, because this guy, after 1 year, is still crediting the NNP for a good report that came from the IMF. After 1 year and what months, he is still stuck at that place where he believes the NNP is to be credited for the good report that the IMF gave on NDC's performance in office after 1 year. But you know, I really loved the way Jude put down his point when he called in. Because many a times we hear the NNP talking about, well, the NDC met a pregnant treasury. They met money there and so on and so forth. Okay. Well, Jude answered it nicely by saying the NNP should be ashamed to even say that they left a pregnant treasury behind when they were defeated, when they lost the election. Because the money was there to do things to improve the lives, the living condition of our people. And the NNP refused to do that. So listen up for a moment.
Now you spoke about the pregnant treasury. Governments are not in place to hold money. They are there to collect, use it wisely for the development of the country. And the reason why the treasury was pregnant, because the party at the time was holding it up for a big boom before an election date, which they thought was going to be later. But they were, as we say, caught with their pants down when they realized the momentum that the NDC was generating. They couldn't wait. So before they could pull their pants up, they had to call elections. That's why they were caught with all that money, which they could have used to develop the country, and refused to, because they were holding it for a big bang. That's the policy, and that's why we are here. It's not something to brag about. It's something to be embarrassed about. So much could have been done. The money was there. It was not done. It was being held back for some big event, which eventually came earlier than expected, and they didn't get a chance to spend it. The NIS again, case in point. Same thing happened in 2008 with the VAT. People were trained. A VAT unit was set up. Space was rented. Election was too close, so they couldn't implement the VAT. Always playing games with elections. Now you spoke about the pregnant treasury. Governments are not in place to hoard money. They are there to collect, use it wisely for the development of the country. And the reason why the treasury was pregnant, because the party at the time was holding it up for a big boom before an election date, which they thought was going to be later. But they were, as we say, caught with their pants down when they realized the momentum that the NDC was generating. They couldn't wait. So before they could pull their pants up, they had to call elections. That's why they were caught with all that money, which they could have used to develop the country, and refused to, because they were holding it for a big bang. That's the policy, and that's why we are here. It's not something to brag about. It's something to be embarrassed about. So much could have been done. The money was there. It was not done. It was being held back for some big event, which eventually came earlier than expected, and they didn't get a chance to spend it. The NIS again, case in point. Same thing happened in 2008 with the VAT. People were trained. A VAT unit was set up. Space was rented. Election was too close, so they couldn't implement the VAT. Always playing games with elections and politics, and when things should be done, you play politics with them, and the country suffers as a result.
Right. So we heard there, really love that. Caller, well, Jude, I recognize his voice. He really put on this in a very simple way. They should be ashamed to come out and say, well, they left a pregnant treasury there. And I spoke about that before. If there were a lot of money in the treasury, why didn't you pay the pension and the gratuity? Why didn't you fix the roads? Why didn't you, improve the living standard of our people, the condition of our people? It's just pure wickedness. They decided to suffer the people, right? Spite the people, because they thought they were going to come back into power and spend like a, spendthrift, like a person who just won the lotto and not having any plans in place for the money. But folks, Carriacou, the NDC Carriacou branch presents breakfast brunch. That's Saturday, the 29th of July, time 7 a.m. Price $20 for breakfast. Well, you know the menu: fried and roast bakes, saltfish, cornfish, saltfish, fritters, smoked herring, boiled eggs, fried chicken, sausages, fried plantain, green banana, green salad, local juice. I mean, just name it. And an ice cold bar and hot grill awaits you. So again, support them. It's the 29th of July, Saturday, 29th of July. The women's arm of the NDC, they now move to St. John with their sessions on mental health, depression, and so on at the St. John Anglican School today at 5 in the p.m. 5 p.m. today, St. John Anglican School. Please go there and be a part of that. Dr. Niels J. Chaitan, he has been out there trying to help in every way that he can, in terms of depression, in terms of stress, in terms of mental health, related issues and so on. So they moved to St. John. And we need to commend the NDC Women's Arm. They are doing a marvelous job. Where is the NNP Women's Arm? What are they doing? Where is the NNP party? What are they doing when it comes to mental health? What are they doing when it comes to helping, with that? They talking. Yes, the NNP is very good at talking. But when it comes to doing, getting stuff done, they're not good at that. The NDC Women's Arm, they are demonstrating that they are not just talking the talk, but they are walking the walk. They are doing the work that is required to help our people in this time of need. So again, take a bow, Hilary Alexander, take a bow, Elizabeth Forsyth, take a bow, Vashti Stanislaus, take a bow, Josephine Blash, take a bow the other members of the women's arm of the NDC. You're doing a marvelous job. You're not just talking, but you're acting, you're getting the job done. That is what you call being proactive. And not only that, we are seeing a lot of pragmatism on display. You're results based oriented. And I want to commend you. I want to applaud you for that. You went in nearly all the parishes so far, or at least, one, two, three, about 4 or 5 parishes so far with your sessions on mental health. That is really, really good. Kudos to you. I want to, at this point, again say the NNP is stale. They're outdated. And you get that from the comments from ordinary Grenadians when the ruler is on any program or any interview. That's Keith Mitchell. And he's the ruler, not leader, in my belief. The comments have been very, very negative towards him and his party. The NNP is outdated. They lack vision. They lack foresight. They lack a plan, right? A plan to really improve the lives and living standard of our people. They could talk. They're very good at talking. But when it comes to getting the job done, it takes the NDC, our beloved Prime Minister, the most honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team, to get the job done, to transform Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. So I'm really, really pleased, right? When I follow, because I follow nearly all the programs, and I read the comments. Because you get a feel of what's going down and how people, view things, right? So I want to say the NDC is on the right track. You're on the right track. I want to now go to my first event. My first event is next Thursday. So tomorrow is Thursday, then Friday, then you have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday. Thursday, the 3rd of August, at Wildwoods Park, close to Fantasia Beach or BBC Beach, close to the beach, that area there. So it's on Thursday next week. Don't forget that. Thursday next week. Starting at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. All right? So again, just saying it's on Thursday at 4 p.m. going until 10 in the p.m. All right? So don't forget that. It's Thursday, next Thursday, 4 p.m. until 10. It's at Wildwoods Park. It starts at 4 and it goes until 10. It's a big people event. It's an all-inclusive event. All-inclusive event. All right? Music by Solid the Band, one of the best bands on island. Also, DJ Selector Beast, one of the better DJs in Grenada. In fact, he's like the number 1 in Grenada. Good? So don't forget, it's on Thursday. We have tickets. We have a lot of tickets, right? The tickets, $300. EC, that's 300 EC. 110 US or 150 Canadian. That's the cost of the tickets. Okay? So I want to encourage you, if you have not yet purchased your ticket, you can do so. And this event is geared towards getting the required equipment to start that radio station, to get that radio station going. We need to have our own newsroom. We need to have our own DJs and people on a different time during the day and the night. So I want to have my own radio station. And we, the people, must work towards getting our own radio station. So that is what it is for. This fundraiser, it is 10 fundraisers, 10 events to raise the necessary funds to get that radio station going. All right? So there would be a major one again just before independence, because we were celebrating 50 years of independence next year. So just before that event, we will have a major event again. Just before that big event, the independence celebration, we're going to have a big event there again. And coming to the end of the 10th anniversary, me being on air for 10 years, in May of next year, we will have another big event again. But in between, we will have a number of events in between to make up the 10. So we have 3 major events. This one happening next Thursday around Carnival time. The other one just before Independence next year. And the other one just before, or maybe exactly on the 10th anniversary of me being on air. Because I'm getting old in this business. 10 years on air, serving you with excellence, volunteering my time and effort to do this. So again, 3 major events. But in between, you will have a number of events, right? And they all get towards getting the cash, getting the money to buy the equipment, because we need to raise at least $172,000 to get the equipment required. So we are working towards that. All right. So the first event, again, it's next Thursday, and it's not hard for you to get a ticket. In fact, last night I was at a particular location, and a couple of friends say, "Look, I need some tickets." Right. So I want to urge you, as you come to Grenada for Carnival, if you're already here, please come to the event. Buy a ticket and come to the event. You can get tickets from me, your humble servant, Kem Jones. You can get tickets from Ricky's Bar in Tongue, St. George's on Hillsborough Street. That's the bar where I am normally at. You can't miss it. All right? So, again, just saying, it's important that you buy a ticket, because to come, you need a ticket. If you want to buy a ticket online, you can still buy a ticket online. It's on ridebuy.com, RYDEBUY.com, ridebuy.com. So I want to encourage you. Online, just a little above what? I think it's about 50, between 50 or 51 tickets have been sold online. Just about that. All right? So you can still go and purchase. And if you want to send the money towards buying that ticket, you can do that via MoneyGram or Western Union. Link me up, communicate with me. I will provide you with the information, the name, the address of the person you can send the money on. You can send it on my name at Western Union, but you have to add everything: Ken Don Jones, the full thing, the first name, the second name, and the last name, and then all the other particulars. So it's important that you communicate with me first. And if you're sending it via MoneyGram, then I would have to provide you with a name to send it there. All right? So again, I want to urge you, support this event. Support this event. Very important. Support this event. Good. Those who told me, Kem Jones, hold a ticket or two for me, or I will sponsor 2 tickets, I would sponsor 1 ticket, whatever the amount, please try to honor that between today and at least Monday. So between today and Monday, all the people who say, Kem Jones, hold 2 tickets for me, hold 3 tickets for me, because at this moment, there are about 63. Let me get it for you. All right. At this moment, so in terms of the amount of tickets that people told me to hold for them, it's about what? Let me see. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So in total, 56 tickets, right? 56 tickets. People told me to hold for them. I want you to pay for it, pay up for it. Once you spoke to me and you say you go sponsor a ticket or 2, I write your name down and I write the amount of tickets that you will sponsor, right? And I want to urge you to kind of fulfill that obligation because we have expenses to meet, right? And if you're talking about 50, how much? I said 56. If you're talking about 56 tickets, you're talking about more than $15,000 because you have 15, so 56 times 300. You're talking about $16,800 still, right? That's a lot of money. That's the profit. that's a lot of money. Good. And so I want to urge you, if you told me to keep a ticket for you, if you told me you're going to sponsor a ticket or 2, try to honor that commitment. Today is the 26th of the month because remember, I still have to do the pledge for the program to pay the bills to keep the program going, right? So it's the 26th. I should have already done that, the pledge. So I have to do the pledge because you know how we pay for the bills and keep the program afloat on air. It's because you give every month towards that. So, you don't want too much a cash in of events. So I want to urge you to, if you told me to keep a ticket for you or 2, honor that commitment, fulfill that commitment. All right. I'll be in town today again. If I get the chance, I will go around the island today because I know I have to drop a ticket from a good teacher, former teacher in Bonet, in St. Mark. I know I have to drop one in Cotton, Bailey or Woodford from a good Grand Roy friend day. And then I know I have to drop 2 in Bathway from a good partner day. I know I have to drop 3 in La Digue from a good lessee family and people day. So, right? So I know about that. Good. So I want to encourage you to, if you say you're gonna, buy a ticket or 2, buy it. All right. I look forward to that. Very, very important. So, and if you say you want to sponsor something, you want to pledge something, please do that also. I want to say to you, if you can't come to the event and you can't buy a ticket or sponsor a ticket, sponsor something as part of the event. So here it is. We have 2 small coolers that I have to rent. It's $100 a one. 2 small coolers, $100 a one. You could give me the money to rent one. We have 8 cocktail tables that we need to pay for, $35 a one. $35 a one. So you could even pay for 1 cocktail table, right? Because I have to pay for it. Or 2 or 3. $35 a 1 cocktail table. Then we have the tents. We need 5 tents. 2 small ones going at $150 a one. That is what I have to pay for. And the medium size ones, 3. That's $250 a one. You can pay for one of that, right? Then we have the cost for the venue. So the cost for the venue is $1,200 for the venue. The venue cost $1,200. So I'm telling you about the expense. Then the band cost $3,500. Then the DJ cost $1,000, but a good friend, he and his wife said they're going to sponsor the cost of the DJ. That's $1,000. So that is sponsored by the Welch family, right? The Welch family that is sponsored. So that's taken care of. Okay. Then, well, in terms of the decoration and so on, lifting the place, a good friend said he will sponsor the palm trees because he normally rent them to the big shows and so on. So you're going to sponsor. So I'm not going to pay for it. You're going to give me in kind, give me to use, and I have to return it. All right. So that's really great. Then the decoration and so on, all that has been taken care of. But if you can add to it, you can help still. But my good friends overseas, I want to thank them. Many a times they don't want their name to be mentioned, right? So I would just say the surname. I want to thank Mr. Lewis. I want to thank Finch, Miss Finch, right? I want to thank Miss Alexander. I would leave it like that because they're the ones who are behind the decoration and all the covers for the cocktail tables and the tables and nicing up the place. I want to thank them for that. I want to thank also my good friend Mr. Lewis in Trinidad. That's a different Lewis in Trinidad now for assisting in the many ways that he did. Right? So again, I want to thank all the people who have indicated that they would cook, that they would do this and they would do that. I want to thank you sincerely. Right? So there's quite a bit in terms of the expense to put on this event. It's not cheap. All right? It's not cheap, I could tell you that. It costs some money. So I want to ask of you, if you can't buy a ticket or you can't come, sponsor a couple of things there, and it would help. It will go a long way. And you know my number. My number is 1473 1473 415 4817 415 4817 415 4817. My number is well known, right? It will really be, let me see. Good morning, Kim. I will sponsor a cooler rental. Will give Twin the money for you. He's my neighbor. Thank you very much. Pamela, thank you very much. So kindly. All right. So that's the spirit. If you can sponsor one or two little things there, it would ease up the burden on me. I want to thank, I forgot. I want to thank my good friend who dropped off yesterday 6 cases of meat, right? Turkey and chicken back, for the oil and so on, and turkey to stew and so on. And look, I was never expecting that. So that good friend yesterday just popped up. In fact, I didn't have space to put all of it. I had to call another friend to store some of it for me. So you dropped off 6 cases of chicken and 3 large bottles of Colorasi red wine. That was a good $800 or so in expense. And you did that without any pomp or pageantry. You just pop up. You say, Kem Jones, I'm coming by you at 5 minutes past 9 in the morning. That's yesterday. And you showed up on time and you dropped off 6 cases of chicken and, turkey mixed up with chicken back for the oil long and the stew turkey and so on. And the 3 bottles of Colorasi wine. I want to thank you very much. And folks, if you can also donate drinks, right? Drinks, because remember, it's an all-inclusive bar. So if you want to donate a couple drinks, you can do that. A couple bottles of drinks. It will help and it will go a long way. And I'm sincerely grateful and thankful, right? And I know that people will come to my aid and make sure that this event is a bumper one and a successful one. I know that deep within. So I want to express my appreciation. I want to express my gratitude to you. And I hope that, more and more people will come on board to help, because I can't seek sponsorship from some company or so. It goes out here. It wouldn't happen. I'm telling you, it wouldn't happen. They would not give. Because I know how thing goes out here. right? They would quicker give an NNP if that NNP is doing something, but not Kem Jones. But the people will give towards what I do, to support what I do, to make sure that it's successful. So I want to express my appreciation. You know how I do it. I always express my appreciation openly for the good things that you're doing. So again, the folks who told me to keep tickets and so on for them, and they sponsor this and sponsor that, or they go check me, please honor that commitment between now and Monday. That would be really nice. All right. So I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back with you tonight in the hub. Tonight